Hi guys, welcome back to the Real Gentleman YouTube channel, The Hunter Collective. Today we are doing a very special haircut. We are doing Cliff Booth out of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, so Brad Pitt's character in that. I can't wait to see the film, really excited for it, and we've got a wicked head of hair to kind of do this haircut on as well.
Thank you very much.
So yeah, we're gonna be trying to cut it into that kind of old school, kind of classic longer haircut. But this is going to be focused purely on shape. Back then, if you based it on the timeline it was meant to be filmed in, it was very much sort of just a basic sort of haircut. There was no real texturing going on. It was more about the shape and how you cut it itself. So we thought we'd go for something like that today, and as you will see later on, he's got the similar clothing as well, so it's going to be an awesome little day here today. So what we're going to do, give it a shampoo and condition, and then we'll talk you through the section, the kind of way I'm going to do it. Now, a lot of it will be palm to palm, so it'll be mainly through my fingers, but we'll be keeping it very, very classic, so very blunt through the edges, and minimal texture. So it's just cut into a really classic shape, almost as though it's just sitting on the head itself, and that's what we're looking for today. So I'll give it a wash, condition, and we'll go from there. Right, so I have washed and conditioned it now. So we are looking for that very longer kind of, it's a bit like, we were just having this conversation, you just reminded me then, it's kind of, you look at like, so this is based in, we said what, 69, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the Beatles, just after the Beatles maybe, right? Yeah. And they had that very kind of bold cut, everything sitting very heavy. So this is almost, I think in some ways, the same kind of cutting around the edges, very blunt, but just longer layered. So I think it's, when you're looking back like through the 70s, a lot of guys had longer hair, didn't they? So this is almost coming into that element. So, like we said at the start, this is more about the shape we cut into it, more than texture and things like that. So this is very much going to be primary shape over secondary shape. So maybe a little bit of kind of thinning out through it slightly, just on the very end, so it doesn't sit too heavy on one side. But we're looking at that longer layer, nice blunt, very strong finish around the hairline. So I'm going to work this as a very classic horseshoe section, just from the around the head. Not having to worry about the crown on this haircut, don't have to worry about none of that because it's long. So we're not going to cut the crown short anyway because all the layers will be longer anyway. So I'm working this from the session point there. I'm going to drop it down towards the crown as well, just below the crown, just a standard horseshoe. So, working with longer hair, getting the top out of the way, this is where you'll really see the difference of working with a horseshoe. Because you can really just focus on the back and side. And Ben did say today that, he notices his hair is sort of thinner texture. And obviously Brad Pitt's hair is super thick. But nothing to worry with that, because actually when you keep the edges slightly blunter and you work less texture into the hair, it will actually give a thicker appearance as well. And when you blow dry it, especially when you add a bit of salt spray on, salt spray is just, it's a product that's got so many more benefits than just kind of helping to style the hair. It adds a bit of thickness, adds a bit of kind of dryness, and then that second day feel. Ben's hair would really benefit from that salt spray being blow dried in. So we're going to use that at the end, purely for style, and a little bit of hairspray at the end, keep it nice and classic. But again, when you're working with a lot more blunter finish and more uniform cuts, what you'll find is that you get that stronger, kind of bit more leaner finish around the actual hair itself and on the hairline. But it will add a bit of a thicker feel to it because it takes that kind of thin kind of wispiness off it as well. So it will give a slightly thicker appearance as well. My horseshoe's in, sitting nice. I'm going to start from my right hand side, so I'm working palm to palm. So I think we've done one haircut previously with that, haven't we? So basically palm to palm is when you cut towards the palms are coming together like this. So that's what we're looking for today. If I was going to take Ben's hair short, I'd do maybe, let's just have a little look, roughly about 6 teeth wide of a section. So you'd be looking at sections about that wide, right? Roughly that. But because we're maintaining a lot of this length, you take the section wider. Now what that'll do, you'll have over direction there, but the majority of the length will still be long, but it'll add movement to the hair as well. So the long hair and the short hair will help push the hair and help you control it to where you want it to go. So more than taking it nice and short, we're going to keep it fairly long today. We just want it to sit sort of at the bottom of the ear. That's what we're looking for. Maybe just a little bit longer, so as it comes back, it sits along the bottom of the ear. That's what we're looking for today. But I want to also keep the sideburns with a bit of thickness in there, because if you look at the character, he's got them nice, good old, I wouldn't say the lamb chops, but they're not far off. They're not far off. So I want to try and maintain quite a lot of length with it. Again, it's just shaping it around the hairline. Let me pull it straight out towards me. And look, this is the section coming through that has been left a bit longer, which we don't need today. That's it, just nice on the bottom there. We bring a section in from this side here, and from our last cut, so in between our last cut, we bring that in. Now this will give me my guide. So you have a little look as I bring this through, and you're combing it in from the guide, so you've got it. So you pull it out straight, there's my guide. So as you can see, longer, shorter, we've got a nice balanced length. If I split this up, you'll have longer bits and shorter bits, and I just have a nice little bit of movement come through. You'll see it when it's all started out at the end. From the middle of the ear to the back of the hairline, my section. Bring a section in from the last section, sorry, the middle of the last section. There's my guide. And make sure you're bringing it straight out towards you. If you want to drop it, keep it completely straight towards you. There we go. Now, as you can see, a lot of these sections, there's a lot of longer hair through it, a lot of short hair now. I was told that his friend cut it last, who isn't a hairdresser or a barber. So when you see all these longer sections coming through, that's purely, again, it's a DIY haircut. But when you're working on something with long and you're creating primary shape, it doesn't matter in terms of that. If you've got longer hair, it's as long as this, bad haircuts or DIY haircuts that have been done to you previously, it doesn't matter too much. So we're creating our own shape here. It's not a problem at all. But you will see a lot of longer hair coming through compared to the other. So, but it was a DIY haircut, wasn't it? So it was. There's no barber to be at blame here. Just a friend.
Only Lucy.
Oh, only Lucy. Yeah. Okay. You see, it's getting a lot longer towards the back here. So I'm bringing it straight into the middle, and over, and over. Remove any length that isn't going to sit through the comb. And there's my guide. What I'm doing is I'm creating a square shape. So by keeping it like this, as we come down, it's all square because it's in one straight line. If you're doing it like a different, say like you doing it like, say if you looked at like say someone who hadn't been trained in this type of section, so they were doing like so they predominantly done like a lot of ladies' haircuts and they worked on like a bob or something. If you look at the way that works, that's longer from the top and short towards the bottom, where this is actually shorter at the top section and longer down the bottom. Almost the same length. Yeah. But normally this should be a longer point, but by going short on this, it keeps it square. So that's why we aim for this kind of section. Take one little section previous guide, and then bring this in. There we go. Perfect. We need both sides now. Just cut the same way, that forward, backwards. How you can work that out, you pull it out to the side and use the mirror, you see, it all stops at the same way. So I'm going to connect this in to the top in a second, but what I want to do first is put the shape on the bottom in. So we're going for a very blunt finish on this one. So I wet the hair down, I don't want it to be too dry in a minute. With Ben's hair being a bit of a fine texture, if it's too dry, it's very hard to get that clean finish because obviously it starts to live where it wants to live then. So by keeping it wet, it allows me to manipulate it a bit more. It allows me to create that shape a little bit better as well. I want to keep them sideburns and fullness in there, but I want to create it a little bit sharper as well. So what I want to do is I want to get that sideburn separated from where the hair is long. Just on a slight angle like that, we're going to use that as our sideburn. Cut it off the lowest point we can. Nice and straight. I'll bring this over. Get that sideburn nice and thick, a little bit tidier. There we go. I'll pull this down. And we'll use short point, which is at the very bottom of the ear, to find that guide. With my short point from the section, nice and straight, right into that point. Now, I'm not going to cut this bit here shorter. I'm not going to bring this like this and cut it around this hairline, because this has got to sit back. So I want that length to still be sitting from this section here, coming back as well. We're getting that nice little sweep along there now. It's sitting where I want it to. Now, we take the section from just behind literally behind the ear, straight down, and we separate that because that's where our section down the bottom will come. So that's where our hairline starts to round off. But this is still the ear. So I just want to make sure I've connected this in, and this works on the same length. That sits nice and straight. What we do now is we want this to sit still fairly long. We want to sit on, sort of just resting on the bottom of the hairline, so resting on the collar, just maybe a little bit longer than the collar. So I'm going to bring this down here, a short length. I want it to sit roughly about there. Bring this down, finger above it, find the length that I want, scissors underneath, resting against his neck, and just cut it nice and straight across. And then straight down along the neckline. It's almost like we are cutting our neckline in with like the mini clippers and whatnot. We're using our scissor to create a nice blunt finish. So what that'll do is that'll sit back into there like that, and that'll hug around the hairline as well. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm seeing a bit of a kind of now kind of finish on this as well. Even though we are cutting it to like a 1960s, 1970s hairstyle. If you blow dried this slightly different, say you worked on a razor with this is again essentially the same way of cutting hair as we did back then. It's just that the way we interpret the style, the way we interpret the finish, is just a little bit different. But I can still see something like that. I can still see previous haircuts that we've done where we kept it a bit longer, and we've got that longer, like there's a longer hair through it. If I went with a razor now, and I just broke into these ends and broke it up and worked a bit of texture in, you'd have a longer modern haircut. But we're not sticking to the 1969, 1970s haircut. So, but as you can see, the technique is still the same. We've just added bits to it. Separate it at the hairline at the back, just on the round of the ear. Bring it right down, find our shortest length, and we cut it nice and straight to that length. So that's the back and sides of my haircut done. I'm going to connect in the top now. So again, he has it in a parting, but it's not cut into a part. It's cut just in a sort of just a longer shape that he styles over. So if you look at the haircut, it's not a perfectly sort of parted haircut. It's a bit of a loose one, almost like he's just got a brush and kind of separated it more than a comb. So that's what we'll look to do today. So I'll take my first section from the front. I'm trying to part it over this side so it's easier for me to grab. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it just becomes a bit easier when you do it. I'm still looking to keep a lot of length in this as well. So I'm going to take just the ends off this at the top. It's a perfect length almost. I just want to make sure from his last haircut that it's sitting well. So again, fairly wide sections, not as wide as before, because we're taking a bit more length off. We want to be working about sort of 7 to 8 sections on the top. Right up from the crown. Nice and square, nice and straight. You see this side here, isn't much coming off this bit so far. There's a bit more coming off now. Bring it back into one of these sections as well. Bring that section back, use my guide through there. I'm cutting into our guide from below. As you can see, top and bottom. All we do is take a section through the parting here. Do the same thing, pick it up. Guide from here. Following the guide from the other side. Do a lot of length here. Going through. Cool. That's it done, guys. It's as simple as that. It's a very, very simple haircut. Can you see it taking shape now though? Can you see it? Yeah. Cool. So what I'm gonna try a little bit of salt spray, and so the Regal jet and the salt spray, and then I'm gonna finish with a bit of hairspray as well. Just keep it very classic. We'll wait this through the hair.
So the salt spray sort of give it that post swim in the sea sort of.
But also adds a bit of thickness to the hair as well. So it'll create a bit more of a thicker finish on this haircut. So we want it to be sort of quite a very smooth haircut. We're not looking for anything to actually movement. We just want it to fall quite naturally.
Yeah.
And this will give that effect as well. That's what we do. Comb it over. And we start to dry these sides in. Medium speed, high heat. And we curve this around. I'm rolling the brush around in sections, working all the way down. And I'm going to dry this back. I'm just rolling it around the crown here and the back of the head. Just have a little bit of a kind of shape towards the back. A bit more classic shape. And then use my fingers just to dry down the bottom. Almost down the brush. And take a section to the side and work it across this way. Take a section across this side. Okay, so I'm basically being left with just a kind of section right through the middle. So this allows the hair to fall either way. So again, just want to push your fingers through it and let it all fall nice and natural. And then we'll work this section straight up and back. So what we're looking to do is just bring this over and use a vent brush just to puffing this out. Say hello to Cliff Booth, everyone. Finish some hairspray. Now, a good way to apply hairspray, put it in your hands and work it through. And this will bring out separation in the hair. There we go. And that's done. You can see it's a very, very classic traditional style. You don't go too heavy on anything really on the hairspray, on the texture or anything. It wasn't really the look back then, everything was kind of sat on the hair. Sat on the head, sorry. So I wanted to try and mask that and kind of portray that, especially when you've got the same style clothing on. It's absolutely bang on. But again, this is a big old hairspray job, because again, it's that era of hairspray, or lacquer as they used to say. So would have kept this hair. Obviously, if he's the character, he probably wouldn't have worn hairspray too much, but to give a thicker feel to this hair as well, to make it look as representative as possible of his hairstyle. I think hairspray will add that thickness, and that it will take away that kind of weighing down as well. So wearing a hairspray, if you had a product on, even a clay or a paste or anything like that, will always kind of weigh that hair down, but we want something that will sit very nice on this hair. So a little bit of hairspray, or quite a lot of hairspray in this case, because we're doing a shoot after this, but hairspray is a good way to finish longer hair, because it will give it a very weightless feel, and also when you run your fingers through it, it kind of adds a bit more oil to it as well. So I think it works really, really well. Cool. How's that, man? That's good, isn't it?
Great. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome, mate.
You can see already that it's just going to fall and just grow out.
Oh yeah, it'll go really well, mate. Yeah, it will. It really will. So to recap, when we spoke to Ben, his hair was kind of just perfect, really. To be honest, it was a really good length. That kind of like quite outgrown kind of top-heavy haircut. And as we spoke about, there've been a few DIY haircuts in there as well, including Ben doing it himself. So it's always nice to get one of them, especially when you go it longer. It doesn't really matter. So we work palm to palm through the back and sides, following a traditional horseshoe, just coming straight from the recession point, just dropping around the crown. No, we're not working it into a part, and even though his hair's parted, it doesn't look as though it's cut into a parting, so I wouldn't do that. Just from some of the stills I've seen. And then we work palm to palm all the way through, picking a common length, but also working very wide sections. So we did roughly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Roughly about 10 sections through the back and sides. But we were pulling and over-directing either side from us. We had very long sides, almost what he came in with, and then a short middle. What that does, it adds movement, so the short hair, because this hair's a bit finer, will fall a little bit differently to the longer hair, but the long hair will mask the short hair as well. So you want something quite smooth like this, you're still keeping a lot of the longer elements, but if you go short and you want to add a bit, it kind of adds a little bit of its own movement in there as well. So we worked on that, and then as we fixed towards the edges, I had a quick look at the image, and his hair kind of would have sat just on the bottom of the ear for it to sweep around. So we cut everything blunt around the bottom again. This is a 1969, 1970s film. It wasn't very textured, everything was very much more smooth, and almost kind of it was placed on the head, almost. So everything was very blunt, very masculine. And then through the top, we just took a common length, found the length we like. Literally all uniform. There's no point cutting done unless it's all. It was all completely uniform, or blunt, or club cut, whichever which you call it. And we just cut it up, kind of through the sides, and blow dried it, and that was it. It's a very, very simple, very, very effective haircut. So yeah, and then we finished off with just blow drying, just working it through, building a little bit of shape through the sides. We're just rolling the brush at the heat, and then just using the fingers to kind of get more of a kind of natural finish. And we just finished with a lot of hairspray just to keep this style in place. And that's it. Welcome to the world, Cliff. Awesome.
Great, thanks, man.
You're welcome, mate.
Yeah.
Thank you, mate. Thank you.